Okay, let's look
Uh-oh.
on page 169, number 46. Is everybody with me?
Yeah.
Alright, suppose that a 6 foot tall person casts a shadow that is 10 feet long, and a nearby statue casts a 16-foot shadow. How tall is the statue? Alright, forgive my drawing here, but we've got a person, and that person is 6 feet tall, and the sun is casting a shadow of this person on the ground that is 10 feet long. But at the same time, we have this large statue, and I don't know what the statue is of. We don't know how tall it is, but it's casting a shadow on the ground. Because all shadows are, we're measuring, that we can't measure something up here, right? We gotta measure something on the ground. It's 16 feet long. Now this section was on ratios, and so we can do height of the person or the statue over the length of their shadow, or vice versa. And as long as we are the same on both sides, as long as we're consistent with that, then we ought to be the same. So the person is 6 feet tall, got a 10-foot long shadow. The statue, we do not know its height, but we know that the shadow is 16 feet long. What have I just set up?
A proportion.
A proportion. How do we solve a proportion?
Cross multiplying.
Cross multiply. So let's do it. 6 times 16 is 96. 10 times x is 10x. I'm going to solve the simple equation. Alright, can somebody tell me, how tall is that statue?
9.6.
9.6 feet. Does anybody have a question?
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at number 47, page 169.
Page
Read that, page 169, number 47. See if you can set that one up just like I did number 46.
No.
A 52-foot building casts a shadow that is 48 feet long. At the same time, the shadow cast by a nearby statue is 18 feet long. How tall is the statue? So if again we go by height over shadow, then the height of the building is 52 feet. The length of the shadow is 48 feet. The shadow cast by the statue is 18 feet. Do you guys agree? Let's talk about it if anybody set up the proportion differently. How did you set it up?
I put 48 over 52 equals 18 over x.
As long as you're consistent. Like if you flip this one, then you better flip that one too, and you got it right. Anybody doing anything different from that? Okay, well I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to say anything that confuses anybody. What is 52 times 18?
It's 932.
Does anybody agree?
Yes.
Alright, if we divide both sides by 48,
19.5 feet.
19.5?
Yeah.
Oh, 19.5. Does that make sense?
I put height instead of feet. Is that okay? Like I put HT instead of feet.
Oh, well, it's measured in feet.
I just-
Alright, draw the figures on number 48.
NP.
Alright, remember you look at your similarity statement and you go to here. So you take the first two there and the first two here. And then you go to the next two, BC. And over here you go to the next two, NP. And then you do first and last. And first and last. Alright, now plug in what you know to find what you don't know. Say that one more time.
On the MP, where there's nothing on it.
There's nothing in its corresponding side either, and so we would not use either one of these.
Okay.
But AB is 1.26, MN is the S, the variable, BC is 1.12, and NP is 2.24. What do you get if you cross multiply? Can somebody tell me what 1.26 times 2.24 would give us?
58.24.
Does anybody agree? Anybody else multiply them out?
No.
1.26 times 2.24,
I don't think that
I don't
that's
think that'd
right.
be right. Can somebody tell me what it'd be?
Do I have to round?
2.8.
Okay, no.
Use just a decimal over it.
Okay, what is the decimal?
2.8.
2.82.
Wait. Oh, I forgot.
When you get a decimal that's terminating, it doesn't, it stops. You write the whole thing. Alright, divided by 1.12.
2.52.
You guys agree? Anybody else work that out? Use your calculator, okay? Use your calculator. Don't just sit there and copy. You're really not getting much out of that.
I'm still wrong.
You can set this problem up a couple of ways, but pounds of fertilizer per square feet would probably be the easiest and make the most sense. Once you set up your proportion, cross multiply. Alright, read the problem. Excuse me. A fertilizer manufacturer recommends 4 pounds of fertilizer for every 1,500 square feet of land. So 4 pounds of fertilizer for every 1,500 square feet of lawn. The question is, how many pounds of fertilizer are needed to cover 2,400 square feet? So if we cross multiply, and then solve for x. £6.4. Now, it depends on where you buy fertilizer. You know, sometimes you can get it, maybe by the truckload, and you could say 6.4 pounds, but probably what are you gonna have to say? Common sense would tell you you'd have to have,
7.
you'd have to buy 7. I'm gonna buy 7 pounds.
They're not gonna cut a bag up with measure.
Yeah, they're not, right. Unless they were getting it by the scoop or by the truckload or something like that, measuring it out like that. All right, see if you guys can read number 50 and figure it out, and I'll give you a hint. It's talking about miles per gallon in gasoline, so that's the way I would set it up in my proportion, miles per gallon.
I got 7,735.
Yeah, that may not be right. All right, let's look. Alright, Matthew drove his car 425 miles on 18.2 gallons of gasoline, and we said we were gonna set this thing up miles per gallon. And so 425 over 18.2, get that from the first sentence. At this rate, at this same speed that he's traveling, how many gallons of gasoline will Matthew need to travel 640 miles? And so the 640 goes in the numerator also because that's where we're putting miles. So if we cross multiply 18.2 times 640 is 11,648. Divide both sides by 425. And they've done the approximate answer here because I rounded it, 27.4 gallons.
So we don't have to write out the whole thing?
They allowed all they tell us, give your answer to the nearest tenth of a gallon, so they're telling us how to round it. Alright, let's do some cooking here. Number 58, number 51. A recipe for chili for 12 people calls for 3 pounds of ground beef, 8 tomatoes, and various spices. And part of that's extra information because we're going to only be asked about how many pounds of ground beef. So how many pounds of ground beef are needed to make enough chili for 50 people? Does it make sense that we do pounds of ground beef per people or people per pounds of ground beef?
People for pounds of ground.
Beef
Pounds
per
per
people?
Yeah. How many pounds of beef per the number of people that we're gonna serve? You can see how, if we were having like our faculty meal that we have here sometimes, you know, I'm used to cooking for 4 people at home. And so if here there's gonna be 40 people to attend, 40 people are gonna be eating, what do I need to do my recipe?
Cook 10 times.
10 times as much. So that means every ingredient. I would multiply by 10. Alright, so how many pounds of ground beef for 12 people? 3 pounds for 12 people. So the question is, how many for 50 people? And again, let's see. We're not gonna have to round this one. That's 12.5 pounds of ground beef. If I went to the store and bought that at $4.49 a pound, I'd pay $56.13 for the ground beef. That'd be a lot, wouldn't it?
They're even gonna go higher on the meat or
They
whatever.
are. It's getting higher all the time. See if y'all can do the B part. You're still pounds of ground beef per people. And the first sentence gives us the scale factor.
Actually did this for homework.
Good job.
Overachiever.
Where does the 65 go, JT?
The
The numerator or the denominator?
The denominator.
It's people, right? Emily, what's the answer?
16.25 pounds.
0.25?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anybody agree?
Mhm.
Good job.